If your stride feels shorter, heavier, or more effortful than it used to, the problem probably isn't your age. Most runners over 50 assume they're slowing down because they're tight, so they stretch more. And for many runners, that's the wrong fix. Hi, I'm Ralph, the Ageless Runner. Thank you for being here today. Aging affects two systems at the same time. First, your passive tissues, things like tendons, fascia, and joint capsules. Second, your active system, muscle strength, power, and coordination. Most runners treat those as the same problem. They're not. And when you train the wrong limiter, nothing improves except frustration. Let's be precise. Stiffness means limited range of motion or delayed elastic recoil. It shows up as difficulty getting into positions, a shortened stride at all paces, and tightness that doesn't change much with fatigue. Stiffness is about access to movement. Weakness after 50 is different. It's usually not maximum strength. It's a loss of rate of force deployment, single leg stability, and hip extension power. And this shows up as form breakdown late in runs, overstriding returning under fatigue, or the I feel fine early, then it falls apart. That's not stiffness, that's strength you can't sustain. Research on aging consistently shows this. Maximum strength declines gradually, but power and rapid force production decline much faster. Those losses are more strongly linked to movement problems than loss of flexibility. In other words, many older runners still have enough range of motion. You just can't produce force quickly or repeatedly enough to support efficient running mechanics. Now, runners tend to blame stiffness because stretching feels productive. You feel something immediately. Strength work doesn't give that sensation. So runners assume, I'm older, I must be tight. But case studies show that older runners have adequate joint range for running. What they lack is the strength and neuromuscular control to hold good positions when it matters. And here's how to tell. First, range without load. Can you hinge at the hips? Can you get reasonable ankle motion? Can you squat or step down under control? If yes, stiffness probably isn't the main limiter. Second, control under load. Can you do a single leg stance, step downs, or sit to stand balance? Loss of alignment here points to strength or control, not mobility. And third, there's fatigue pattern. Ask this, does my stride fall apart late in the run? If it does, then that's almost never stiffness. That's weakness exposed by fatigue. And here's how to turn this into action, because knowing your limiter only helps if you train it correctly. If stiffness is truly limiting you, this is not about stretching everything. It's about restoring usable range to the joints that matter for running. Focus on ankles, hips, and thoracic spine. Use loaded mobility, not passive stretching. That means moving into range while under a light load, slow, controlled reps, and positions that resemble running, not yoga poses. Two good examples include loaded ankle dorsiflexion. Think slow, controlled ankle movement while your foot is on the ground, not passive calf stretching. A second example, hip hinge mobility under load. Lightweight, slow reps, focusing on getting into position and controlling it. Now, if mobility improves your stride early and late in a run, you're on the right track. If it doesn't change how you run, you're probably chasing the wrong limiter. Now, if weakness is limiting you, and this is where most runners actually land, the goal isn't about getting stronger at the gym. The goal is keeping mechanics intact under fatigue. Train single leg strength, hip extension, and lateral stability. Prioritize control strength first, then strength endurance, then small doses of power. Two great high return examples include step-ups or split squats. Single leg, controlled, building strength you actually use while running. And the second is short hill efforts, not sprints, just brief controlled power to reinforce good mechanics. Now, a light-weighted vest can also work for short hill efforts, but only if your uphill form is already solid. Load doesn't fix mechanics, it exposes them. Now, if your form holds together longer in your long runs, your training is working. Here's the anchor rule. Stretching won't give you power. Strength won't restore missing range. But the right work, applied to the right limiter, changes how your stride survives fatigue. After 50, the question isn't, should I stretch more or lift heavier? It's, what is actually limiting my stride? Most runners train harder, smarter runners train accurately. In the next episode, we stress test everything we talked about today, because even good form breaks down under fatigue. In episode 7, when form falls apart, why your running form breaks down late in a run and what that tells you. Now, if this series is helping you run smarter, please consider liking the video and hitting the subscribe button and staying with me. Again, I'm Ralph, the Ageless Runner. I'm here to help you run smarter, go longer, and stay ageless.